I'm quite pissed off. We had a couple of tragedies. What's today? Today is the 14th, December the 14th. We had another school shooting. Little boy killed his mom. Dad went to the school where his mom worked at, killed up some kids over there. But let me tell you, I'm more pissed than I am sad. I'm definitely sad, but I'm still sad about Ted Williams. I'm still sad about Chile. I'm still sad about Haiti. I'm still sad about New Orleans. I'm still sad about Japan. I'm still sad about all the things that everybody forgot about, that we were all sad about when it happened. I'm still sad about Columbine. I'm still sad that bitches are still reproducing bitches over bitches in bulk. Like, you guys are raising weak ass kids that are not really, they're weak ass kids. They reach out for attention with piss poor behavior, and they don't have any consequences. They don't have any true consequences for their piss poor behavior. Chris Brown ain't really had no consequences for the shit that he did, and I don't really mind what he did, because y'all are okay with it. The bitch he beat is okay with it, you know. But the people that are, what's amazing is that when someone with sense wants to intervene for the sake of the children, that motherfucker gets told, you don't tell me how to raise my children. So that can't happen. And the reality is, when you raise these kids that grow up into fucked up adults, you have to do it at an early stage. You can't wait till they become a teenager, really teenager. Okay, your 8-year-old can't get a hold of some military weapons to go shoot up everybody. So you can't wait until they're old enough to start, or your 4-year-old is not likely to go out into the world on a daily basis and be able to find a common bond with someone who is older than them, that's mentally unstable, who's basically telling them, oh, there's nothing wrong with your behavior, you know. Oh, they did that to you, you spoke to them and they didn't speak. Oh, fuck them, go shoot up them and everybody they know, and then go get your family too while you at it. It should be okay. Are you like, really? I'm more pissed off than I'm sad. And I'm very, very, very sad and heartbroken for the children. And not just the children at the school. I'm heartbroken for children who have fucked up parents right now. I'm sad for children who are going to still grow up into adults, you know, and drag the rest of the world down with them, because they didn't get their way about something. You know, they didn't learn at a young age that you're not gonna always get your way, and that's okay. It's okay that you're not gonna always get your way. And I know people probably think I'm just picking on, you know, people. Some things happen. People have mental imbalances, but people are not just in today's age just suddenly having mental imbalances all over the place. This is why I'm not just instantly receptive to a bitch unless I know they have moral character or balance of some sort. And this is how you know, what are we teaching children anyway? Like, really? Are we teaching them fabulosity? Really, Kimora? And she's lately, have you seen the new commercial? She's in on the rush card. We want to also get everybody as deep in depth as we possibly can. So then when you get in a financial position where it's overwhelming, then you feel like it's everybody else's fault. So you go out and destroy some of those folks too. People come down with me, misery loves company. I'm not just going, you know, my theory is, if you feel so bad because you don't get your way and it's some bullshit and you just can't take it no more and you want to kill yourself, first of all, none of you young people should want to kill yourself. You have access to everybody in the world via the internet. There is no excuse for loneliness. I'm not saying it doesn't still happen, but there's someone that you can relate to that y'all can sit down and talk in. And I just put the video out about your parents are ratchet. For you young people that have some inkling iota of sense, and I know there are a lot of you. There are some of you that might do something ridiculous like dude did today in the future, but you can stop it right now. You can get your head together right now. You can do it. But the problem is, your mentor can't seek you out, because your parents are gonna be jealous of that mentor, because your parents are the people that don't know the difference between discipline and abuse. Your parents there are people that are, up in arms because somebody's parent made them hold a sign up on the internet or on the interstate that said, I did some fucked up shit, and now my mama making me carry the sign in public, so all y'all know I did some fucked up shit. And then you got people that are like, oh, you shouldn't shame them. These are people that know what the badass child did to get so-called shamed. That child shamed some other people in the process of doing whatever bull that they did to receive that punishment. But that's not my point. That's not really my point. That's just an example of one of many of my points. And I'm really parenting is really sending me over the edge right now. The person that does the shit, you have to, and that's my whole point. You need to pay consequences for bullshit. And you can't just because people that are like that are as good as rewarded when they don't have to pay those consequences. Like they're as good as rewarded when you still buy their shit and support their shit. And these I'm talking about celebrities. But in regular life, they're still supported and encouraged when they don't really truly pay consequences, or they're not put in a compassionate parallel to understand the heaviness that you are putting on other people. And y'all, this is already not my time of year. This is already not my time of year, and I think, I can't really stand Xmas. Most people know, I'm of the opinion that Xmas is for hoes, and it just, and this does not help. Well, it helps. It should help to explain to you why I feel validated in the shit, the way that I feel about shit. What am I supposed to, it should be okay. Look, and if you need to judge the people who are, people, look, the main one saying don't judge lest ye be judged. Look, you assume, speak for your, look, some of you need to speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. When you dudes saying women love, womanizers or thug types or whatever, they don't really go for intellectual nut. That's bullshit, because that just means that the type of females that you have been seeking have been the type of females that appreciate those type of males. Real women appreciate every bit of an intellectual dude. So I don't even know what do you even talk. You know what that spells to me? I look at that and I'm like, this bitch been rejected by a real woman, and he just couldn't deal with it. It's okay, date your white woman. That's your resolve. You don't have to spend your energy bashing the black woman. You can do that too. That's okay. Go ahead and get it off your chest. But how about just dating white women, since you have that big of a problem with us? It's okay. We don't mind. I encourage it. How about you females are like, there are no good men? No, they're none for you. They're none for you, because they look at you and they're like, oh, one of those. Ugh, I don't really, I could put up with that kind of, but I don't have to, because this young lady over here who is carrying herself like a lady is looking really good to me right now. So then you mad and there are no good men. Don't be sensitive. Don't be sensitive because somebody passed judgment on you because you have a tramp stamp or dudes with neck and face tattoos. I think, I'm convinced that you're down low. I don't care what you say. And the harder you display yourself to be, the bigger the bitch I believe you are. This is true. And females, which are, like I say, you tramp stamp and you face, same thing too, face and neck tattoos, and you some of you just go ahead and say you're looking for it. You gonna find him. But the ones that claim that there are no good men, they see you coming a mile away. And if you are a hell of a lady because you've learned in life that carrying yourself a certain way works as to repel gentlemen, and you have reformed yourself as such, then you fully understand the plight of the gentleman, not to have the option not to deal with that. I mean, you know what frame of mind you were in when you thought it was okay or sexy or whatever you thought it was to get a face or neck tattoo. It doesn't make you a bad person anymore. It doesn't make you a bad person, but you know what kind of bitch you were when you got that done. It's special kind of people that think that's fly. There are special, you can say what you want to, special kind of people that think that's fly. And when shit like this happens, sometimes I just want to go to one of the sites and look at the comments, because there is always a Republican racist NRA freak that wants to go in on it's not the guns or whatever, or the people get whatever kind of fucking defense they have for whatever, that we shouldn't put like controls on the guns. Really, if you're not that crazy motherfucker, then you should still be able to get all the guns you want. You should not be limited. It's not gonna be limited for you. So what is your issue at that point? So you're supporting these mass murders. You're okay with it. I wonder how okay they would be with it if somebody went to the NRA headquarters and set it off. How would is it okay? Would it then be like, maybe we should take a look at what the president wants to do about gun control? Gun control is not about stopping people from having guns even. And if you have any kind of balance, you see that. You would see that. You can have your, and I just, extremists, and I'm extreme in judging extremists. So I'm guilty on that level. But extremists, I pay attention to people. I don't pay attention to just, what their body shape is. I pay attention to what they look like in terms of how they choose to carry themselves, what they choose, things that they can't help is not an issue. But things that they can help physically, I pay close attention to those things. As you guys know, I'm passionate about gardening in my old age. But I'm cautious about who the fuck I watch, no matter how much I can learn from that person. Because if I go to the survivalists, they gonna know some shit. Because in their head, they ready for the race wars and all that bullshit. But not to say that it's impossible for it to happen. But they know a lot of stuff. But if I pay close attention and I look and I see if I'm dealing with old school hippie, or if I'm dealing with a survivalist, that's a catchword. That's a buzzword for the racist gun-toting type people that would know a lot of shit about gardening. I don't want to learn that from you, Because it's a hippie somewhere that can teach me that same shit. It's a hippie somewhere that can teach me what you doing right there. Plus, I know what you preparing for. But this is not even about race. This is about raising children into responsible, balanced, morally balanced adults with character who can in turn raise more of the same. Because I've said it a jillion times about how people with sense are outnumbered. And it's times like these that everyone is reminded. And then when everybody gets so up in arms, it pisses me off because I'm like, first of all, I'm like, in a couple of months, you're going to forget about it. But even more so, I'm like, you so upset right now, but then when something happened of a different magnitude or that didn't potentially affect you and or your family directly, you know, you didn't give a fuck. Or if you did give one, you had adjusted perspective. You adjusted your perspectives. You know, like an action will take a Bible verse and adjust it to conform to or to support their own bullshit, or they'll read the verses up until a certain point because the next verse really hones in on some shit that they guilty of. So they gonna stop right there, get you on your part. Let me skip this part right here. You know, hate the fucking holidays. I hate the fucking holidays for so many fucking reasons. So many reasons. I fucking hate the fucking holidays. I fucking hate you, Xmas. I hate the day of Thanksgiving. And let me just tell you, I love that Thanksgiving for me is every day. I love what Thanksgiving is supposed to be. I love what Xmas is supposed to be. I love what Christmas has been in the past for a lot of people. But even when I was a little girl, like some people think, you know, maybe my bitterness has developed over time. But even when I was a little girl, on things like my birthday or Christmas, and my people would be like, well, what do you want for that? And I would say nothing. I didn't want anything. It's always been that way. It didn't happen when I became an adult. I don't want anything. Because I want the people, that's my gift to people. So you don't have to worry about me. You don't have to think about what do I need to get this bitch on top of these other bitches. Oh, and then her. Oh. I want people to be like, oh, thank God I got Tab on my list. She don't want shit. And when she say she don't want shit, she don't want shit. Believe me. Because you know what? The people that love me, they show me they love me year round. They show me they love me year round. And not even just with things, you know. And sometimes it involves things. But it's just, it's not at a time when everybody understands that an occasion is about gifts. And I think gifts are beautiful. I don't mind giving them. I just want to receive them because my gift to people is that you know that you don't have to do that with me. Because I just, it's just my option. I choose in that way to express to people that I love you because of who you are. Even though that's obvious, because people know I just don't fuck with just any old body, you know. And let me tell you something, people reveal themselves. It's not because, you know, don't be up in arms, oh, who would have ever thought it would do some shit like this. We hear that shit too. And usually the perpetrator been running back and forth through the entire earth with a neon sign on fire saying, I'm an unstable motherfucker. Someone intervene yesteryear. You can say you amazing surprise all you want, but the people around that knew. You know, and we're so concerned right now. Everybody's so alarmed right now. You know. And if we are so invested in the children's best interest, why does Octomom have children? Okay, we didn't know at the time when they you know, gave her all the eggs and so forth and carrying on. When she gave birth to those children, and she still has them. She's been raising them. So God knows what their mental stability is like right now. One of Octomom's children, if not all of them, could be that dude. They could be that dude that run through shooting up the joint. You know whose fault that is? That's all of our fault. Because we let her keep those children, we let her raise those children, even though she does not have the capacity to manage herself as a balanced human being. We let her raise a whole fuck it, not even groovy smooches. Ain't nothing groovy about these smooches today in these times during these holidays. PHUKKIT.BYE.